Okay, so this is another one of those videos where I'm going to have a look at an old console, take it apart and see what is going on with it. This is a PlayStation 2. This is the big fat PlayStation 2, as you can see. And this, I used to spend hours playing on this. It's even got the hard disk drive adapter and the network adapter for installing Linux. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to take this open today, have a look inside. I think this one had a mod chip in it. So we're going to have a look. Maybe see if it works. I don't think this one does actually work. At least it'll turn on, but I don't think it will boot up properly. It will boot up an original PlayStation 2 game, but it won't boot up a copy. Now I have a feeling that's the reason, because the mod chip in here wasn't properly installed. From my vague memory, this was actually the mod chip that I did for someone else that went a little bit wrong. So I ended up saying, well, you have my PlayStation 2 with the mod chip in it, and I'll take this one. Oopsie daisies. And that's what ended up happening. God, look at that. So the network adapter was for an IDE hard drive, if it focuses in. So there we go. You can see there's the port to plug it into the PlayStation 2. And then there's the power and the IDE adapter for it. So yeah, that's the network thing. We could probably open that up as well. Let's grab a screwdriver and have a look in here, shall we? So, cool, that's stiff. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. That's really tricky to get out. Okay, first screw. Second screw. God, talk about. There's two little screws in there that I'm going to have to get a precision screwdriver for. Two screws. And then I've got this one here. God, so stiff. There was one point where I think I did have a hard disk drive in here. It was either on this one or my old one. And it was loaded up with PlayStation 2 ISOs, because the mod chip that I had installed could run the games off of them. Nice, I had HD Loader or something, I think it was. And there's also ones where you could load games over the network, which was really not very good. Okay, and then there's two little screws here, so I'm going to get a precision screwdriver, I think. Here we go, that should be small enough. Yep, it is. It's still very tight though. Okay, there we go. And let's take this, see if we can take this shield off, shall we? Or this, oh, the whole thing lifts out. Well, there's the shield for it. And there we go, you can see inside here, what have we got? So this is, oh, this is loose. So we've got a whole piece of metal that comes away. It won't come out very easily. Oh, there we go. Oh, we can see on the back there, look. So you can see there's probably some network control. Let me get the focus on that. There's probably some network control logic on there. There's an Ethernet port that goes through to the back, a couple of connectors. And so the ribbon connector, I'll just line that up probably. The ribbon connector goes through to the IDE thing here. We can probably take that off the metal. You'll probably find there's some other chip on the back there. And then power cable, simple. It looks like a voltage regulator there, coming through to just a regular IDE power cable. And I'm assuming this is what controls it all. So yeah, pretty cool. So that processes all the signals through to the PlayStation, I'm guessing. Right, okay, let's just put that to one side, and we'll come back to putting that back together later, if I can get it back together. Right. And let's take these screws off. There we go. Put those over here with the hard drive adapter. And let's get on to the meat and potatoes of it. Right, so the PlayStation 2 then. I used to modify these quite a lot. So under here is where you'll find all of the screws. And they're not very obvious as to where the screws are, but if you lift these out, these plastic caps come out. And when you take out the plastic caps and the rubber caps as well, you reveal where all the screws are supposed to go. And it's the same with PlayStation 3 as well, I think. You have the different caps. Now the difference between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 is on PlayStation 2, here is where you have the warranty sticker. So it's actually stuck, so if you take the system apart, you have to actually either break it or pull it off. Whereas on the PlayStation 3, it's actually covering one of the holes. Let's just see if we can get these ones out here as well. Use my spudger. Now the inside of this should be fairly clean, because I think I did actually take it apart a little while ago to have a look and see what was wrong with the mod chip. I think I cleaned it up then, but I have a very strong feeling that all of the mod chip cables have come away. Right, so let's just undo this. Okay, so this is the last screw, and you notice the last 4 screws are really quite long compared to the 4 short ones that go over here. Right, now I've got to try and remember how to open this up. I think we go this way up, and the top comes off, from what I remember. Yes, it does. There we go. Got to be careful of the ribbon cable that's here. Let's make sure I haven't torn the ribbon cable at all. No, I haven't. Okay, let's try to take out the power block switch. Okay, so that saves the ribbon cable. Pop that over there, that's the top of the PS2 off. You can see here we've got a little bit of greying, or showing some signs of age there. Right, the CD drive, I believe, from what I remember, just lifts off, doesn't it? Don't actually have to take any more screws out. I thought it did. Obviously it doesn't. Okay. Right. It's been an ages since I've taken the PlayStation 2 apart, so please bear with me. I know we have to take this out. So there we go. Power switch comes out. And so does the fan. There we go. So there's the back plate for that, and the power switch is just attached there, and so is the fan. The fan attaches to the other side of the board. Right, we're going to take off these then. These are the control ports and memory card ports. Let's undo these. Okay, this should be attached by a ribbon cable. Yep, we can unclip the ribbon cable here. Grab my spudger. And that should unclip. So there we go, we've got memory card and controller ports. So they come off as one section. So it's quite modular, the PlayStation. And I think, can we lift this out the base now? There's the base of the PlayStation 2 over there. Okay. And, whoops, careful. Right, this here is the PSU. So they built the power supply unit directly into the PS2, same as they did with the PS1, and the PS3 and PS4. Interestingly, the Xbox came with a brick, but not for the reason you might think. It wasn't actually a power brick. The actual PSU, the switching PSU, was inside the Xbox. However, what actually happened was a few of the Xboxes actually blew up. So they had to ship out these almost like power breaker bricks to people who had bought an Xbox by law. Okay, there we go. There's the power unit for the PlayStation 2. Look at that huge capacitor on there. 100 microfarad at 400 volts. So we can see here that the power is going to come in through here, go through these transformers, break it down, and then go into the main board from here. So this is the primary, this is the secondary. So this is the main transformer to drop it down to operating voltage. It looks pretty good. All through hole components on that one. Most power supplies are. You don't really see very many surface mounted power supply boards. Okay, so that goes there. Then there's a piece of plastic here to help with the isolation. There's the hard drive cage, comes off. Put that over here. And we can start taking things off the board. So here's the power fan. You can just remove the power fan from there. Lovely. And we have, that's the CD drive there. And another CD drive one there. Oh, sorry, no, that's the open close buttons. Let's just take these off here, off the side. So that's the, that should be almost complete, is it? No, we've got the motor for the, there we go. Right, and that should be, that should have been it. Oh no, we've got another, yeah, we have another one here. Okay, let me just pull this off the board as well. Right, in that case then I'm going to remove the shielding here. So the shielding to shield all the components. Okay, so shielding and heatsink there. We can see here we've got the motherboard and CD-ROM drive. Some more tape on there. That's, I added that tape because on this side is the mod chip. Okay, let's just take off the, we can take off this DVD drive now. Yep, there we go. Right, so here's a PlayStation 2 motherboard. So I have here the, what they call the Emotion engine, which I believe was the main processor of the PS2. This got everyone really excited back in the day. This one here is the graphics synthesizer, I believe they called it. Yep, graphics synthesizer, that was the main graphics chip. And then a few other bits and pieces here, some more Sony stuff. Toshiba, maybe that's RAM, I don't know. Or maybe this is RAM over here. And you can see how nicely laid out on the board it is. And over this side, you've got my horrible hack job of a mod chip. Wonderful. So I don't even know what mod chip this is. Look at that dodgy ground connection there. Wonderful. So looking at this, I'm not quite sure what went wrong with this mod chip, although looking at it there are some really, really dodgy connections on there, probably some shorts as well. Don't know, maybe some of these wires were off. I don't know, it's really tricky. I can remember at one point I think a pad lifted off, so where I was supposed to solder to a pad, and if you look here, this looks really dodgy as well. This looks burnt, and then some of these aren't actually connected. Well, it's really bad. So yeah, anyway, that's an old mod chip. I think this is a Magic, I'm not sure, because it doesn't say on the board what it is. I don't think, did I hot glue it in, or was it a double-sided sticky tape job? No, it was hot glue. There's a glob of hot glue there, look. Well, I could probably take it off and try and reinstall it if I can ever figure out what it was. I mean, if you look, my soldering skill wasn't too bad. I did manage to attach it to that pin, which was quite surprising. But yeah, anyway, the PlayStation works. God, I think that was where I tried to... Did I try to install ground connection on there or something? That's just covered in solder. But yeah, anyway, so that's inside a PlayStation 2. So that side's pretty simple with the processor and the graphics chip on there. And then this side has just got all kinds of stuff on there. So let's go through the chips. I don't know what this one is. It's got some kind of heat sink on there anyway. But we've got it up here. We've got BA5815FM. And this is Texas Instruments, yeah. So I don't know, maybe that's something to do with CD audio processing or something, I reckon. Maybe. I think this might be the audio from the CD coming in here. And that's definitely connected to the CD. Well, actually no, is that? No, that is at the back, so that could be the CD. What else have we got here? So we've got Sony proprietary CXD9611AR. So another one here. So I think these might be sort of BIOS, perhaps. Just having a little bit further look over here. Another sections of the board. So this is the underside of the graphics synthesizer and the emotion engine. So there's chips for that. Something over here, I don't know what that is. Some kind of, I don't know. There's optical audio and video out, so I'm guessing something to do with video processing over this side. So that must be what this one's for. So video and maybe digital audio. USB, so there must be a USB style chip or a USB controller somewhere around here. I don't know. This looks like it's got some fuses there, so if you plug something in there with too much power, it's going to blow the fuses. This is the controller port cable, so controller ports come in here, must be controlled by that. What else have we got? What's that? Looks like a little LED, or is that a potentiometer? That looks like an LED, I don't know what that one's for. But anyway, then over here we've got more. I'm guessing this must be BIOS here, because it's got a few cables lined up and connected to it. And then we've got the mod chip under there, I think is another, maybe RAM is under there. I don't know. Another Sony computer chip, I don't know what that is under there. Probably something to do with the CD processing, something like that. But there we go then, that's PlayStation 2 completely dismantled. I'm going to give it a try later and see if my memory of this mod chip being balked is correct, but all the cables look as if they're connected okay. Yeah, there's a teardown of the PlayStation 2. Now I'm going to reassemble it in hyperspeed. And there we go, PlayStation 2 stripped down and rebuild. Yeah, we're probably going to have a little go at this later and see if I can get that mod chip working. If not, I'll just install a new mod chip. But oh dear, that's come off. That's not good. That's going to have to be fixed. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and watch the channel without any ad blockers on to really help us out. Or you can give us a PayPal me or a Patreon donation. That'd be fantastic. But thank you very much for watching. Until the next time, until the next video. Catch you later. Bye bye.